Just like the gaming version of John Oliver, I'm the guy that recaps the Call of Duty news of the week and takes the piss because that's a British expression that John Oliver would use. There's a bunch of announcements that happened since I've been away, but I'll give you the Cliff Notes version here. First up, the prologue sequence for the Shadows of Evil Zombies story was released on the Call of Duty YouTube channel. I did a parody of this, which you could find on the OP channel. Link is down in the description. Be sure to check it out. The basis of the story here is that these 4 characters are bad people and thus are forced to fight zombies for their punishment. Huh. I was never told in Catholic school that if you sin, you're transported to a world where you need to survive waves of undead, although it's just as ridiculous as going to a place with fire and brimstone. Also on the Call of Duty YouTube channel was the first installment of 4 interviews dubbed hashtag BO3 Fridays, which is going to take place every Friday during the month of October. In the interview, which has the production value of a kid with their first easy cap given the lighting here, and their built-in webcam mic given the audio quality, many things were revealed about the game. First, a new map called Redwood, which is basically a ripoff of every Crisis 3 map with some DK Country tree maps thrown in there. They basically pay some lip service to the interviewee by saying that this map caters to all play styles, which we know is complete fucking bullshit, because that's like a unicorn. It doesn't fucking exist. They also gave insight about how they go about designing maps, which is they make it up as they go along. Flinging shit at the wall and seeing what sticks is also what my 2-year-old niece's favorite way of choosing what foods she likes to eat, so it's a perfect system. Trial and error. Emphasis on error. Next, they get into character customization, which is also confirmed via Vonderhaar on Twitter. They talked about the specialist characters and choosing outfits like a teenage girl getting ready for school in the morning. They talked about chunky choices, which is why Vaughn seems to have put on some weight and had to grow his beard out in order to hide it better. You can unlock fancier clothes via ranking the character up, which also unlocks backstory of characters for those of you that actually give a fuck about story and multiplayer. Speaking of specialists, the 9th specialist was revealed as Firebreak, which was leaked during the Black Ops 3 beta. Give myself a pat on the back there, Schwantz Barry Horowitz. The special weapon is the Purifier flamethrower for putting shit on the grill, although the guy who demoed the character clearly does not know when to stop shooting the flames after the points pop up. Stop it, fam! You're like a fucking Burger King employee overcooking my goddamn food. The special ability is called Heat Wave, which temporarily stuns and disorients enemies, kind of like a one-time use Guardian. Vonderhaar equated this ability to coming from an air-conditioned room, which is about 70 or 65 degrees. Let's face it, in the US, everything is air-conditioned as shit because we're fat fucks and sweat just by standing still. Then going into 100-degree heat outside, a place that gamers have never been, but this ability triggers feminists everywhere because of the sexist air conditioning concept. Afterwards, Scott Lowe, a former IGN writer turned Activision shill, hashtag Gamergate, put the devs on the spot about theater mode, which they confirmed will be returning in Black Ops 3. Now it's going to be better than ever despite not giving any details, kind of like a candidate in the presidential debates. Claymores and Inissa rejoice as they shouted out content creators as the rationale behind doing it. You know those great connections and spot-on hit detection during the beta? Well, fuck all that noise in the actual release, now that there's 11 times more workload on the server-side calculations in order to record the perspectives of the other players in the game. That's the Treyarch we know and love, people. In other news, taking a page out of Blacklight Retribution and Destiny's playbook, Vaughn teased a photo and also talked about it in the interview, which indicates taunts and gestures are coming to Black Ops 3. It's exactly like in Blacklight Retribution, where there's both GG and FU types of taunts, which players can do, and during the ceremony part at the end of the games, including the first place guy getting to say a line of text. I can't wait to see what types of tweenage angst I could read after every match. I wonder if we'll have to throw money at the screen in order to get the extra taunts. Micro DLC alert! Lastly, in Black Ops 3 tidbits, the devs were surprised at the reaction to their terrible marketing idea of turning the Call of Duty Twitter feed into an aggregate fake news source, tweeting out events which mirrored the campaign. Apparently, I haven't talked to Biblical Reaper about passing off made-up shit as real news on a social platform. This is what happens when you spend so much money on marketing, yet hire complete idiots that don't actually play games. Nobody gets interested in a game via a 3-hour rebranded Twitter campaign. Switching gears to Advanced Warfare, Condry teased a picture of a new weapon which is said to be released sometime soon, in spite of the fact that nobody has given a shit about Advanced Warfare for quite some time now. Double XP, advanced supply drop bonuses, new loot, and other secret stuff was mentioned in the tweet, and hey, I have to give credit to them for at least putting in the effort to try to keep their game relevant with free shit, or not so free, considering that advanced supply drops cost money in order to find this new loot. Finally, the last MLG event of the season for Advanced Warfare takes place this weekend, and it also happens to be MLG's 100th event. event. Yay, woohoo, celebration, who gives a shit? The event features a prize pool of $250,000 and is an open tournament. Over 112 teams will compete, of which it'll be just like the NBA, where we already know the top 8 teams, so why bother playing it all out? Instead, you can watch my tournament, the Schwanz Showdown, on Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sure, the gameplay that you'll be watching won't be nearly as good, but my casting is light years ahead of what those guys do, so it balances itself out, I think. Hope to see you guys there. Anyways, that's going to do it for the Call of Duty News of the Week. I'm the Schwanz27, out like the Yankees in the postseason. Until next time.